Here's the exact framework you need to scale your agency to 500K per year. No fluff, no bullshit. If you implement what you learn from this video, then I can guarantee that you'll be making multiple six figures per year. This is exactly what I did and what has allowed me to scale to 40K per month, so I know it works. All you need to do is, after this video, stop watching YouTube and actually go implement this. Again, if you do want help to start or scale your agency one-on-one, then click the first link in the description and let's get right into the video. Phase 1, 0 to 10K. This is really where you need to find your product market fit, where we conduct our market research to figure out what the niche is struggling with, what they want, what they don't want, and learning everything that you need to know about that niche inside and out, so much so that you could actually start a business in that niche if you wanted to. Now, offer creation is probably the single most important thing when building an agency, and it's really what product market fit is, right? Figuring out what the niche wants. It's like you send 10 messages and 3 people are like, oh my God, I really want this. Let's jump on a call, and if it solves my problem, I'm going to buy. It's a light and day difference between you sending out 100 pieces of outreach and you get 1 or 2 replies, or you send out 100 pieces of outreach and you get 20, 30, or 40 replies. That's a big, big difference. And it usually is what your offer states, right? What pain you're solving for that particular client. So the offer creation process is pretty simple. Who are we targeting? Right? The KPI, which is basically the metric if we're going after appointments, leads, clients, customers, new signups, whatever it may be. The amount, which is like the number. So it could be 5, 10, 20, 100, 200, whatever it is. Time frame, is it per month? Is it in 60 days, 90 days, 12 months, whatever that is. And the guarantee. Maybe you don't pay, they get their money back, then that's the guarantee. So an example could be 10 new Invisalign appointments per month or your money back. 10 qualified seller leads per month or you don't pay. Now this one is something that I ran back in 2020. I was one of the first people to actually do this in the real estate niche, and you've really got to be careful with the number here, right? So for example, if you're going after gyms, 10 new signups, 10 new members won't be enough, right? They're not going to make enough money. So you've got to figure out what the number is that they want and what they can actually handle and fulfill. For real estate agents, that's the sweet spot. 10 to 15 was enough for an individual agent, not an office, an individual agent. Because out of that, they should get 1 to 2 sellers per month. That's just some average numbers for you, 1 to 2 per month. And then obviously a few of those will be down the line, and then they're going to be nurturing them and following up. Now, in that 0 to 10K per month time frame, your only focus should be outreach and sales. That is it. How many pieces of outreach can you possibly do today? The more, the better. If you can do 100, do 100. If you can do 200, do 200. If you can do 500, do 500 today. The more outreach you do, the more sales calls you're going to get. The more sales calls you're going to get, the more clients you're going to sign. Very, very simple maths. Sales is really what you need to focus on, especially in the beginning. Now, you also need to focus on where they hang out. Right? So if I'm going after concreters, I'm probably not going to go to Instagram to find these clients, right? Because that's not where they are. So you need to figure out where your clients, where your prospects hang out, and that's the method that you target. Loom videos, Instagram, Facebook DMs, cold calling, cold emailing, LinkedIn. Find where they hang out and focus your efforts there. Now, paid ads is also incredibly powerful. If you have the budget and if you have money, and you have a good offer, run paid ads straight away. A lot of people on YouTube will say, wait till you're at 10 or 15K per month and then run ads. No. I don't believe in that. If you've got the money and you have a good offer, run paid ads straight away, right? It's what really propelled my business forward, and it's something that I recommend to all of my students if you are in a comfortable position financially. And the ones who actually have applied it, Matt went from like 5 clients to 18 clients in 2 months and then had to actually scale back. And there's been so many other students that have done this and have seen success straight away. Andre went from 0 to 6K in his first 14 days because of this, and so many more. So phase one is really all about figuring out what your market wants and creating an offer to solve that problem. And once you have that, you will be able to get to 10K per month very, very quickly because it's a simple conversation. All right, phase two, which is 10 to 40K. And this is really where I got to, which was that 40K per month mark. You need to plan your day methodically. You take the sales calls in the morning and you do the fulfillment in the evening. So for me, what I did was 7 a.m. was my first sales call, and I did from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. on the phones, and then from 5 p.m. till about 9 p.m. I did my fulfillment, and that's all I did every single day, 6 days per week. Now, some people will say you can hire a media buyer, but in my opinion, you can do this yourself when you're at that 10 to 20K per month mark. When you get to that 20 to 40, you may need someone to help with the fulfillment side. I do believe that you should be the one taking the sales calls because it's your business and no one's going to do it better than you, especially in the beginning. So you also need to make sure that you're starting to hire and creating those hiring processes, right? Record what you do, how you do it, start creating the SOPs for the new hires that you eventually bring on. For me, this was a big mistake that I made. I didn't record anything that I did. And when I needed to hire someone, it was kind of already too late, right? I was in the dirt, I was in the mud, I was really struggling because I was doing 14-hour days and I needed help, but I didn't have the systems in place for my freelancers and for the people that I hired to learn, right? It was very, very difficult. So make sure that you start creating your SOPs before you actually need them. So when you do, you're in a good spot, you're comfortable, you're relaxed, you give it to them and they can go off and actually get the job done. Don't rush it. Don't bury your head in the sand like I did. Now, communication is probably the most important thing when it comes to getting client results. Getting client results and making sure that they are, the metrics are good, the numbers are good. That's one thing. But if you don't communicate with your clients, then it doesn't matter how good the results are. They're not going to enjoy the experience and they are going to churn. So communicate with your clients, set expectations from the very beginning. You need to be building repeatable processes, so it's copy and paste. This is one thing that I did very, very well. So for me, what I did well was I was able to sign clients and actually fulfill those clients within about 15 to 30 minutes on any given day. Now, what that allowed me to do was I could take more sales calls and sign more clients, and it would only take me about 30 minutes on average to fulfill a client. And then it was just about an hour or two per week to maintain. So it really wasn't a long time. And this is why we all say one niche, one offer, one service, because eventually this is what you're able to do. You're able to sign clients up and it's copy, paste, and it's the exact same for every single client. Now, it's also important to know if you're not getting the best results here, go on YouTube. There's so much free content, and it's also about figuring it out yourself. Test. Especially here as well. Like a lot of students join the program and whatever niche they're in, whether it be car detailing, whether it be focusing on Invisalign appointments, it doesn't matter what it is. Most people will come and struggle at some point and run into a roadblock, but you've got to overcome that. And how you do it is just by testing a bunch of different things, trying, failing, tweaking this, tweaking that, and learning from doing, right? Don't just try one thing, it fails, and then just give up, right? Test. That's really what this is about. And then eventually you're going to find one or two things that really work, and it's going to be repeatable, and then you're able to scale. I'm not going to talk too much about 40K plus because I've never actually done that. With my agency, I did get it to 50K, but essentially the biggest thing is just having that repeatable processes of a consistent way to generate appointments for your agency, a consistent way to close those clients, and a consistent way to fulfill the work. That's really what you've got to create, and that's systems and processes and hiring a couple of people. So it's not really that difficult. I think this is probably the most difficult part here, that 10 to 40K, right? That $500,000 a year. But that is it for another video. I hope you got some value from it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you want my help one-on-one to help you scale your agency or even start your own agency, book a call using the first link in the description.